स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा। सो हैप्पी टू सी ऑल ऑफ यू। प्रसन्नता है आपको देखकर। We were discussing about tolerance and we will continue today about tolerance. I hope आप में से कुछ लोगों को याद है क्या, वैसे भूल गए होंगे हमें पता है, लेकिन फिर भी एक फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए पूछ रहे हैं, याद है नहीं याद है? यू नो एक्चुअली कलयुग में फॉर द प्रीचर्स, हमारे जैसे लोगों के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा बेनेडिक्शन है कलयुग। बिकॉज लोग भूल जाते हैं जो पहले कहा है, फिर हम लोग उसी को रिपीट करते हैं। लोग कहते हैं बहुत अच्छा था, पहले से ज्यादा अच्छा था, दिस वाज बेटर देन लास्ट टाइम, बट वी स्पीक द सेम थिंग, सो दैट्स अ बेनेडिक्शन। बट एनीवे, we were discussing on tolerance and yeah, we discussed about why tolerance is important. It's a fundamental value. Then in general there are different types of tolerance: religious tolerance, cultural tolerance, political tolerance, etc. But then we were discussing about 4 types of tolerance. The first one was vega sahishnuta, that is impulse control tolerance, managing one's emotions and reaction. Second was dvandva sahishnuta, tolerance of life's dualities, ups and downs in the life, etc., how to handle. So these two we discussed as far as I remember, and now last two we were to discuss. So what we will do today, first of all, please, I'm apologizing to all of you. I had to join very late because I had another class and somehow that got a little late. So my apologies for that. So what we will do today, but we will end by 10 o'clock. So what we will do today, we will discuss about the other two remaining tolerance. And then I will give you a small exercise, a small form to fill or give marks to yourself, which will help you understand that how much do you need to work on your tolerance. So we will give you that exercise, and then I will also try to explain a bit about that after you have completed. So we will do that exercise. And before that, I'm very excited that next month we are all meeting in person. And I heard that some of you, maybe not all of you, but some of you are joining us for a trip to Govardhaneka village, Bada. I was told, Hitesh was telling me that around 20 or 20 families.
25 rooms, Prabhuji.
Sorry?
25 rooms. We have booked 25
rooms have already been booked. And some others, अभी तो 1 महीना है, so I'm sure कुछ और भी लोग ज्वाइन करेंगे, बट आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड दैट आप सबको ऑनलाइन देख देख के हम भी थोड़ा थक गए हैं. सो लेट्स मीट इन पर्सन एंड देन वी कैन हैव गुड डिस्कशन, एंड सिंस वी आर स्टेइंग देयर, so we'll have enough time for some discussion, some lectures, some personal discussion, and many other things. So thank you, all of you. How many of you are joining from here? Can you just raise your hand and I will know how many of you are joining? इस ग्रुप में से अभी जो यहाँ पर हैं इनमें से आप लोग कितने लोग वाड़ा आ रहे हैं इंडिया गोवर्धन इको विलेज? ओनली वन. 25 रूम्स पे तो गए हितेश, किसके लिए किए? Okay, I'm sure there may be others also. So let's continue on tolerance and tolerate me for some more time, at least half an hour, and then we'll continue. So we discussed about Veg Sahishnuta, that is impulse control, tolerance, and then tolerance of life's duality. Now another one is Paramatta Sahishnuta. Now these are Sanskrit terms, but very interesting. Tolerance of opposing views. Tolerance of opposing views means Paramatta. Para means others, Matta means views, opinions, and Sahishnuta is tolerance. Means to tolerate others' views. What does that mean? That means that whenever we are in a relationship, whenever we are together, whenever we are in some place where there are others connected to us, we feel that what my opinion is the best. What I feel is the best. I don't want to hear others' opinion. Even if I hear, sometimes we have to, but in my mind things goes on. Oh, he's saying like this, but that is wrong. No, no, this is not proper. So we don't hear with an open mind also. So we are hearing, definitely, but we are not accepting. So tolerance, as if you remember in the beginning, I had told you, tolerance means not just, okay, I'm tolerating, I'm tolerating. It is to accept. So Paramatta Sahishnuta means respecting and engaging with different perspectives, understanding that different people have different views. It is not that you are always right. And at the same time, we need not even try to prove all the time that I'm right. We should accept that what we have thought that in this world, there can be only two things, right or wrong. So either you're right or you're wrong. That's all. No, there is another thing. Okay, there is right, there is wrong. But there is something that coexistence. That yes, we feel the person may be wrong or the person may be right, but then there is something called which is coexistence, means it can go together. There's no question of right and wrong. It is just different views. A different things, same thing seen with a different angle. That's all. Like a famous example of glass filled with water, half filled with water. Right. So somebody may say that this is glass is half filled. The other says glass is half empty. Both are right. Now, if they start fighting, no, I'm right, then they will never come to a conclusion because both are right. So these situations like this can exist where both will be right, just the viewpoint or just the angle to see is different. Similarly, whenever there is a situation, we see it in a different way. The other person sees it with a different way, depending on his intelligence, depending on his experience, depending on his inputs, what he has got. So we should be able to respect others. So Paramatta Sahishnuta means respecting each other's views, and it helps a lot in maintaining relationships. The problem in relationships is many times, of course, apart from there can be many challenges, but one of the major challenges is not to accept the views of others. So a good relationship is where you accept or hear, first of all. Um, how do you hear? Like something called emphatic listening, if you have heard this word. So, so we should first listen and see whether there is something which I can learn from it. There may be something truth. It's not that when you close your mind, when you're hearing and you know this person cannot be right. So then you will never find something good in the statement of others. You see, now when we are talking of Paramatta Sahishnuta, we know that Krishna, he knows everything, right? So we don't have to think that maybe Krishna also needs to learn something. He knows everything. But see how he's showing Paramatta Sahishnuta when Arjuna was speaking. In Bhagavad Gita, the entire first chapter is spoken by Arjuna practically. When Arjuna was speaking, Krishna was patiently hearing, knowing very well that I'm going to defeat this. But then he did not stop him. In fact, there were certain things which he agreed with the Arjuna. So the thing is, Krishna gives a very good example of Paramatta Sahishnuta. He was hearing. He was not disturbing him. He was not telling him you are wrong. After that, he's explaining him. And after explaining, he says, Arjuna, you have the freedom to choose. He was not imposing his views on Arjuna. That Arjuna, you have to accept it because I'm telling you. I'm God. I'm Krishna. He told this in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. I'm God. Arjuna accepted. Param Brahma, Param Dhamam, Pavitram, Paramam Dhamam. You are the supreme. But still, Krishna did not impose his views. That's the beauty of the relationship between Arjuna and Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He chastised him. He gave his views. He allowed him to question. You see, it is not that once Arjuna spoke, after that Krishna starts speaking and then he did not allow him to speak anything. Okay, now your turn is over. Now just listen to me. No, in between Arjuna was asking question. He was allowing. And after doing all this effort, Krishna says, Yathechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you feel right, you do it. He gave freedom even at that time. So this is Paramatta Sahishnuta. So he heard his views, he gave his views. In the end, he said, you listen. No imposing of views. This helps in relationship. That both the sides should be ready to hear. You know, when we are speaking, so if one person hears, he starts thinking, see here, you are not hearing my views. The other person thinks, see, you are not hearing my views. No. The thing is, both should hear. Like when Arjuna was speaking, Krishna was hearing. When Krishna was speaking, Arjuna was patiently hearing, understanding, accepting. So both should hear and then respect each other's views, take it as a different angle, and then at the same time, as Krishna did, give the freedom. So put your views, but respect others' views and give the freedom. So this is a very good example of Krishna and Arjuna, that how uh, Krishna showed all these things. Like, like we say the word emphatic listening, if you have heard this. So what is emphatic listening? You seek to understand before you respond. And Krishna did that. When Arjuna was speaking, Krishna was trying to understand, okay, you feel like this, you feel like this, fine. And he allowed him. Till which point? Till the point Arjuna said, I'm completely confused. I do not know what to do. I am your disciple. A friend became a disciple. Krishna was smiling. Are you were just speaking like a friend just some time back. And now you're saying, you are my guru, I'm your disciple. Please guide me. And then Krishna started speaking. So seek to understand before you respond. A very important thing in Paramatta Sahishnuta, in developing that tolerance for others' views, that please hear carefully, not with a closed mind. not with a pre-decided notion. That is, the person starts speaking, we know he is wrong. So whatever we will hear, that will not be emphatic listening. So understand before you can respond. So that is a very important thing. Second thing is we should practice non-judgment. We should not immediately label the idea as right and wrong. This happens. The person starts speaking and says, you are wrong. You don't know anything. So that means you are not allowing the person the freedom to express. That means you are not tolerating his views or others' views. So don't immediately label ideas as right or wrong. Sometimes it happens. I'll tell you my own experience. I have been in this moment for many, many years now, 30 years. So obviously I'll have an idea in my mind that, I have an experience of 30 years in devotion life. And suppose I'm talking to a boy, a young devotee who has just joined, say, 6 months ago, 1 year ago, and he's telling me something. How will I take it? I have a pre-notion, oh, this person knows only 6 months. I know 30 years of experience. So whatever he's saying is wrong. I already decided this is not actually true. What I should do, I may be having experience of 30 years in devotion or whatever, and this person is only 6 months. I should be very open that maybe he has something which can help me. If he doesn't have, if after hearing him, I feel no, this is not proper, I can always give my view. But the first thing is, I should not hear with a closed mind. I should not immediately label his idea wrong just because he is a junior to me or he doesn't understand or whatever. So we should practice non-judgment. That is very, very important. At the same time, we should understand there are cultural and ideological differences, and we should be with an open mind understand this. That let's say I say something here, and I know because this is India, and there is someone in US. Now there is a difference in the culture. So when that person is speaking, he is speaking as per the culture he has developed or as per the culture he developed in that culture. So he will speak based on that. And I will speak based on India. Now both will contradict. Oh, this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen. But if I understand that yes, he has grown up in a different culture. So maybe I feel that this is right, he feels this is right. Let's come at some point where we both can um, come at a common point. See, we can have debates, but debates should be without aggression. Again, important thing. When we have debates in two people, so debates, like, sometimes we used to, when we were in school and college, we used to have debate competition. I don't know how many of you have participated. So we used to have debate competition. One boy will be speaking something, another boy will be speaking. But just after the debate, we used to laugh with each other, go, "Arey, you're fun. You said this point and you said this point. My point was good." Like that. So we were just very good friends, even before the debate, during the debate, and after the debate. But that in real life, what happens? When you get aggressive, you engage in debates. See, debates are a very good way of expressing the views. Debates means I'm not saying arguments and heated arguments. Debates means you can say in general language, healthy conversation. Forget about debate word, healthy conversation. So there should not be any aggression. Then you will be able to hear the person. You'll be able to understand the person. So that's paramatta sahishnuta. We need to develop uh, others tolerance for others' views. Do not reject. Do not label it as right or wrong. Do not form an idea. Do not be in aggression. Do not be a judgmental person. Develop this emphatic listening. respond. But then, and also, I'll tell you, I have done it many times myself. Like when we are in a meetings, we have some kind of management meetings and all, and this person starts speaking. So I don't take it, acha, you're going to say like this. Let me think how to defeat. I always think that, okay, this person is thinking, let me take something good out of it. And I'm telling you, many times from my juniors, I have received very, very good things. I can say instructions, or I can say important things from my juniors. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But if I've closed my mind, he's my junior, I'm not going to hear, I'm here only to train him, I'm only here to teach him. It doesn't work. So this is Paramatta Sahishnuta. Then there is Par Utkarsh Sahishnuta. This is the fourth type. Tolerance of others' excellence. Para means others, Utkarsh means progress or excellence. Sahishnuta means tolerating, which is very, very difficult. Like somebody is going ahead of you, somebody is being praised in front of you, somebody is, getting something which you want. You get so disturbed. You're not able to tolerate, and then you behave in a way which is not normal, I should say. So others' excellence, like say for example, if a person is from different field than me, I don't bother his excellence, isn't it? Say, for example, if somebody is singing very nicely, very melodious, people are glorifying singing. I don't bother because I don't sing nicely. I'm not concerned with that, right? I will not be jealous. I will not be. "ठीक है, हाँ." But if someone is, say, I'm in a preaching field, so I preach, and someone is a preacher, and that as a preacher is being glorified. Oh, Prabhuji, this person gives wonderful lectures, and I know. That kind of thing, that's called parotkarsh. Oh, how is he being glorified? This boy has just come 2 years ago and he's giving good lecture. What do you mean? I've been giving for 40 years or 30 years or 20 years, and I should be the best. No. Parotkarsha Sahishnuta. You should be happy. You see, there are two worlds, material world and spiritual. I should say good or bad. So the bad thing is when you feel jealous, when you feel hatred, when you feel put down just by others being glorified. But the good part, the spiritual part is you feel happy. When you see others progress, you feel happy to see Krishna is so merciful on this person. That's actually the mood of spiritual world. That's the good thing which we should develop. But okay, somebody is going ahead. So should we have competition or should we not have competition? There is a difference between competition and jealousy. I can compete thinking, okay, that person has done, let me also learn and let me also get that. There is no harm. That's okay. But if I feel, how dare this person go ahead? He doesn't deserve it. I deserve it. That's wrong. Many times we come into the position where I think I deserve it. The person should tolerate me. I always think that how Krishna is tolerating us. We are talking of tolerance. We are not able to tolerate each other. We are not able to tolerate each other's progress. We are not able to tolerate each other's views. How Krishna is tolerating us. How much we are doing. We are speaking against him. We are not doing his bhakti. Sometimes we even decry his existence. Oh, he's not existing, nothing. So many things. He's just tolerating. So that is why we should come to a point where we start feeling happy. So how we can come to that point where we start feeling happy about others' progress? Generally, it doesn't happen, right? I'm sure all of you may not be in that position, because seeing all of you, I can understand that you feel very, very happy when, somebody goes ahead of you, isn't it? But I'm talking about say people out of Surat, because Surat people are very good, so they don't do all these things. But I'm talking of others. So what happens in general, people don't like it. So how to develop that feeling that, okay, if he's going ahead, very nice. Like how we can develop, first of all, to understand that everyone has an equal opportunity. Krishna has given us an equal opportunity to go ahead. Second, everyone is unique. You need not give up your uniqueness just because you want to follow like just you want to be like that person. Why should I be like that person? I'm unique. He has done something in his field excellent, very nice. I will do in my field. Second thing, also we should understand that it's okay. In a world when you have a competition, 10 people, 20 people are running in a race, only one will come first. Not that everyone. But if you keep a good mood, then everyone will come first. What is that good mood? That, okay, this time this person has come first. Let me also try. Let me practice. I'll come next time. And if he's not, accept it and glorify it. So we don't accept. See, nobody wants to accept defeat. That's a major issue. So we should not take it as defeat. Einstein, what he said, he tried making something and it couldn't do it. He failed for 9,000 times. He tried, he failed. And the reporter asked, Sir, you failed 9,000 times. Einstein said, I have not failed 9,000 times. I have learned how this product cannot be made in 9,000 different ways. So you see, that's how we look at it. You just have to change your vision. So you are seeing someone progressing, then you should feel happy because that is what Krishna wants. The Lord wants. And understand that what is there in your destiny, no one can take it away. That is 100% sure. So if you are also going to be successful, maybe after a year or 2 years, nobody can take it away. It will come. It's only you have to continue. So what happens when we see like this? We learn. Okay, this person has done good. Maybe my efforts were less. Maybe my understanding was not proper. Maybe I had some, let me work on myself. So we should work on ourselves rather than feeling jealous or feeling a feeling of kind of hatred towards that person. So this is called Parotkarsh Sahishnuta. And the example of this uh, Parotkarsh Sahishnuta, a bad example first I will take is of Duryodhan. In Mahabharata, Duryodhan couldn't tolerate Pandavas getting all the facility. You see, he tried his best. And finally, he was succeeded. This was before they were sent to the forest. Finally, he was succeeded to divide the kingdom into two. Finally, it was divided. Half was given to Yudhishthir, half was given to Duryodhan. And the half given to Duryodhan had everything. Half given to Yudhishthir had nothing. It was just kind of a forest. You can say barren land. That was given to him. You rule that. And all good things were given to Duryodhana. But then Pandavas had faith in Krishna. So they worked hard. And ultimately the result came was they had a beautiful palace. Wonderful palace. This word wonderful is good for that. Wonderful palace. And Duryodhana came to see. And what was the palace? Wow, And then Duryodhana felt so jealous. He couldn't tolerate because he thought that, I'll have the best. But here he saw Yudhishthira is having the best. You see, he should have been okay, fine. My brother, if he's having fine, I also have it. I'm not deprived of anything. He was so jealous. And then he decided that I'll take the revenge. I'll do this. In fact, it is said that there was a yagya being performed, Rajasuya Yagya, and everyone was being allotted some service. So Duryodhana had to be given some service. Krishna arranged a very nice thing. Krishna somehow gave intelligence to Yudhishthira to give him some service to Duryodhana. And what was the service? Duryodhan was to receive the gifts which will come for Yudhishthir. Because Yudhishthir was performing the yagya. So all the kings will come, they will bring gifts. It was a duty or service given to Duryodhan that you receive all the gifts and keep. You know why Krishna arranged this? Seeing the gifts, his jealousy was being increased. Oh, so Yudhishthir is getting this. Oh, Yudhishthir is getting this. Oh, Yudhishthir is getting this. He was in charge, so all the gifts were coming to him. So that's how we understand that this is not a proper way. This is not Sahishnuta. We should always feel happy instead of envious. We should learn from others' success instead of feeling insecure. We should be supporting and uplifting those who achieve great things. Very nice. You need something more from me. Yes, I'm ready here. At the same time, you should recognize that other person's success does not diminish your own potential. Please understand that. If somebody is getting success, it's not diminishing. Your potential is same. You put in, you will get it. So that's very important. And we should have always use others' success as motivation rather comparison. It should be a motivation for us. Wow, he did it. Let me learn. Let me also do it. So we need to come into this situation and how spirituality helps us develop this. Because you see, I've spoken so much about tolerance in last class, now this class. But please understand that when you actually want to practice, it's very difficult. So what you should do, change your lifestyle. Some things which I can suggest. Number one is meditation. Because you see, everything goes on in the mind. If you can control the mind, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that mind can be your worst enemy or mind can be your best friend. So we should see to it that yes, mind has to be controlled. So make mind as your friend, not the worst enemy, but the best friend. That can be made. So how it can be, the beginning can be through meditation. So we start with the meditation, focus on the words, we chant the mantra. So it helps. Very nice. So that's the first thing. Second is study of scripture. To understand what I have spoken today, how you can develop with others thing. Yes. So that's the another thing which we can uh, develop tolerance through. Third is to practice appreciation of others. It's very, very important. I always tell whenever I give class to the students that, for the 15 days, next 20 days, just do an exercise. Every day, it's an exercise for you. You have to go to someone, not to the same person, but some different person, and appreciate their one quality genuinely. Genuinely, like many times we do it just to make a show. Oh, wow, you have this. Oh, your voice is so nice. We know it is not nice. So not that kind. Genuine appreciation. Not like the appreciation of a camel and a donkey. You know what the appreciation of camel and donkey? One time a camel was getting married. So a donkey came to know. So he also came. So when he came to the marriage, he saw the camel was standing on the stage and there was a line, queue was there. The animals were standing to give some gifts. And then he realized he didn't get the gift. He just came like that. You know why he didn't came? Why he did not bring the gift? Any reason you can think of? Strong reason? Donkey, why he didn't get the gift? Gadha hai na, usko kya pata? So that way, he did not bring the gift. So that's why we call him a donkey. So anyway, he didn't bring the gift. So he thought, okay, I have to do something. So he also stood in line. So when his number came, he came to to greet them. So he said, anyway, he had no gift. So he said, let me glorify. So he said, Aho Rupam, Maho Rupam. That means he's telling to camel, oh, you are such beautiful, you have such nice beauty. Huh? So then he says that, oh yes, thank you for a nice answer. He was there for food. So uh, he's saying that aho rupam. But have you seen a camel from close? I mean, camel we know, but have you ever seen it from close by? Such ugly face, ugly, literally ugly. From far, it's okay, but when you see it from the close, it's okay. So, so camel knew that my face is so ugly, and he is glorifying, saying, "What aho rupam, you are very beautiful." So then camel also understood, and he wanted to say something. So camel told the donkey, aho dhvani, you have a melodious voice. You have a melodious voice, and we all know what voice a donkey has when he. so, so the thing is, our appreciation should not be like a donkey and the camel. It should be genuine. So that's the third thing I'm telling you. First is meditation, study of scriptures, practice appreciation of others, and understand the bigger plan of Krishna. Whenever things go wrong in our life, we should understand Krishna is preparing us for something. We need to. Like I always say, that when things go wrong, uh, we should not tell Krishna, why me? Sometimes it happens now, we tell, why me only? There are so many other people, and why me? When things go wrong in our life, we should not say, why me? We should say, try me. No problem, I am ready. Continue like this. So that's the thing we should take. So that's understanding the bigger plan of Krishna. And of course, we should have faith that Krishna cannot do wrong with me. There's a very nice, beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam spoken by Lord Brahma. And he says, Tatte nukampam susamikshamaano bhunjanevatmakritam vipakam ridvagvapurabhi vidhan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaiva. Beautiful verse. I love this. I mean, there are a few verses in Bhagavatam which I really like. So one of them is this. This says, Tatte nukampam susamikshamaano. It's addressing to Krishna. Oh Krishna, whatever you do, Tatte nukampam susamikshamaano. It is your anukampa. Anukampa means mercy. So everything is your mercy, Krishna. Tatte nukampam susamikshamaano. Bhunjane vatmakritam vipakam. So he says that any person who understands this, that anything happening in my life is the mercy of Krishna, Tattenu Kampam, and he's always grateful to Krishna in that situation. Vidadhan Namaste, and he's paying obeisances. Thank you very much for giving me this situation. So in every situation, he's grateful to Krishna, understanding that Krishna must be having some plan, and it is his mercy. Tattenu Kampam. So he says, Lord Brahma, this person, just by this attitude, that in every situation he is thanking Krishna, he becomes eligible for liberation. Mukti Padesa Daibhak. Daibhak means Mukti becomes his right. So he earns it just by developing this attitude of thanking Krishna in every situation. Whenever I speak on this, I remember Srila Prabhupada. He taught his disciples to make bhoga for the Lord. So many of his disciples were not so expert. So one time a disciple was cutting vegetable and his finger got cut. So then he came to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, I was cooking for the Lord, not for myself. Why did my finger get cut? Now, this is a good question. I'm not doing for myself. I'm doing for the Lord. I should not have come into this position. So why it happened? And Prabhupada said a very nice answer. Prabhupada said, as per your karma, your head was to be chopped off. But because you are serving Krishna, only finger got cut. This is called thanking the Lord in every situation. So we should be in that, okay, something big was to happen. Krishna has just done it in a small way, and uh, I'm saved. So that is a position of a person who can develop this kind of tolerance. So all these four kinds of tolerances will take time. We need to work on it. But once we develop this, life will be very happy, peaceful, and we will be able to live in this world without envy, without hatred, without unnecessary competition, but with peacefulness, with happiness, and with a grateful heart to Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Okay, before we start question answers, I would like to maybe in the chat box I can share this link. I don't know, yeah, it can come later. Okay, I have shared a link in this chat box, and I give you around 5 to 7 minutes. My request to all of you is click on the link, open the link. It will have some questions. Let me also open it from here so that just to tell you what are the questions. I mean, you all can see obviously, but I'm just trying to open it here. Okay, so I'll share it. When you click on the link, uh, you will get this kind of form. Okay, I suppose you can see it's called tolerance form. Then you have to start it. You'll get the questions. These are in the beginning actually questions, but they are just written the details. So you go down, you have to enter your email. Then you go down and there is vague sahishnata, impulse control tolerance. Now you have to give numbers to yourself. Now the first question I'm just saying, then you all can read it. I remain calm in stressful or frustrating situations. So 1 to 5. 1 to 5, here it is explained. 1 means strongly disagree, 2 means disagree, third is neutral, 4 agree, and 5 is strongly agree. So if you strongly agree that you remain calm in stressful or frustrating situation, give yourself 5 marks. Otherwise, you can give 3, otherwise, you can give 1. Be very honest. And this is only for you. Nobody else is going to see the score. You will, in the end, you will get the total also. Just by doing this, you see, if you come to the end last, here is the total score. So you'll get, and you have to submit it, of course. And then once you submit, then, and please note before submitting your total score. And then we will have some discussion. So these are the questions on 4 types of Sahishnata. Parutkarsh, we discussed about Parutkarsh. So we have question like, I do not feel resentment when someone does better than me. I believe in personal growth rather than jealousy. So give yourself numbers and then we will discuss on this. It's a very good exercise. So please start it right now. Go to the link, click it, and start doing it. You have 7 minutes to complete it. If any of you are not able to open, please let me know. You have just 7 minutes to submit because it's just giving quickly marks. It's not that you have to think a lot. It's about yourself. So start doing it. Oh, done also. Very nice. Wonderful. I hope you're noting your total score. That you should do it before submitting. Yes, please ask the question. You can unmute yourself, maybe.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Your
Can you hear
voice
me?
is too low.
Can you
Maybe
hear
I
me,
can
Prabhuji?
use the earphones. Yes, please.
Hare
Go
Krishna,
ahead.
Prabhuji. Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Hare Krishna. My
All right.
question was, uh, when you speak about tolerance, I I can be a tolerant person. Maybe you're very tolerant. A lot of people around us, people who are there on this particular chat box, are highly tolerant. How to deal when you are, dealing with someone who's not so spiritually awakened yet? Maybe you are at a higher level of tolerance, but you're dealing with someone who's important in your life, but is not has not gone ahead and practiced tolerance, has a lot of negative aura thought processes, but you still have to go ahead and deal with that kind of person. How, where do you stop that, or where do you put that boundary of saying I cannot tolerate anymore, I need to go ahead and start maybe winning, arguing, or proving my point? That's my question.
Thank you. Very nice question. Thank you very much for that. When we are talking of tolerance, tolerance is in general is not with the people who are on the same level. Tolerance is for the people who are not on your level. So that's the first thing we should understand. That's how the tolerance is. Like suppose I am there, you are there, and we both are spiritual and we both know a lot of things what we have been speaking. So then I may not be tolerating you forward, because if you say something, I will tell you, Are, don't you know Krishna will do everything? You say, yeah, that's fine, right? But then when I'm dealing with a person, or you are dealing with a person who has no knowledge of this, and he also has not developed tolerance, that is the real test, that how we tolerate. So that's the first thing. So how do we do that? One thing which I can understand or I can explain is that we should accept that person as a diseased person. In the sense, I'm not saying diseased, actual diseased way, in a way. Like when you go to a hospital, suppose. So you see so many people diseased around you. Some person is not talking properly. Like you go to a mental hospital, people talk useless thing. You don't take, offense of it. You don't feel bad. Like if you're in a mental asylum, somebody comes and tells, hey, what are you doing here? You should not be here. You don't feel, because you know this person is not in his senses. So, or when you go to a hospital, a person is crying, you don't tell him, oh, why are you crying? He is in pain, he is in some. So similarly, first of all, we should take it that, this person whom we are dealing with, he needs our help. So if in that mood we will do, because we are, as you said, we are little elevated, or we know certain thing, not elevated, but at least we know better than you. When you are in a better position, then you should always understand that you need to help someone who's not in a better position. So always when you deal with such person, the one thing in your mind should be how I can help this person. So then the question of, that, okay, now is the limit. I'm not tolerating anymore. That comes only when you're trying to suppress your emotion. He started speaking and you are like, I have to bang him and I cannot tolerate. What is he speaking? But then you say, okay, no problem, no problem, no problem. Finally, you say, forget it, no problem. Now I can't more. No, first thing is how I can help him. This person is there, he's talking all these things, rubbish or whatever, or maybe he's targeting me also, but then he needs my, what is it I can do to help? Second thing is when you come into this, that I want to help him. And second thing is that by his talk, is it that definitely something my life is going to be affected by just what he's speaking? Is it like that? Or am I taking it? Like I tell you, you are a fool, you're a useless person. And you get angry. How dare you call me that? You don't know who I am. I've done this. But just by my speaking, you're not going to become a fool. Nothing is going to change in your life. So if that is how you take it, then you don't bother about the person who's speaking something like that. So I feel, first of all, we should come into this position that think that, okay, the person is not elevated, let me help. Second is, if things are not going to change your life just by his speaking or something, why bother so much? Just go ahead. Like say, for example, I'll tell you, you don't get bothered by people talking anything about you. If you're walking on the road, somebody tells you something, you just neglect it. But the problem comes when a person known to you, close to you, when they say something, then the problem comes. So why? It's just because you have developed that, I should say, attachment or relation with that person. If you just take it, it's okay. I'm not getting affected. Why should I bother? That will help you that way. And third thing I said, never be in this position where you have to say, how long, how long? Because if you come into that, very difficult. You'll burst out like anything, and whatever you have been tolerating will go in waste. I'll tell you something. If in this situation, what happens? Suppose you're controlling your anger towards some person. Yeah. The person is saying something, oh, and you're just controlling. I will not say, I'll not say, I'll not say. But then the point comes where you say, nothing doing. Now I have to show him. And then you burst out. So whatever you tolerated has gone waste. Because person will not remember that for 15 minutes you were just quiet and after 15 minutes you spoke. He will only remember what you spoke. And also, at the same time, we should understand that finally reaction is going to come to us of our action. We are responsible. That person, what he is doing, he will get the reaction for his whatever activities he is doing. Why should I spoil my life? Why should I allow any person to disturb my life? It is only when you allow someone, then he can disturb your life. Otherwise, no one can disturb. So I think these are some of the things which we should practice, and this will come by regular meditation and by regular study of the scripture. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Okay, Shivani, you have something to say.
Yeah, Namaste Guruji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. There is a question in first to tolerance. I control my emotions even when faced with criticism. So I control in the front of the other person or I control in my thoughts also.
Both, not just in,
Yeah.
it is
Not
basically
just
for the
verbally,
thoughts.
physically, internally also. Right?
Internally.
Okay, that was my question. That's it.
Thank you. So I hope all of you have submitted.
Prabhuji, Santoshji also had a question.
Okay, where is he? I mean, he can raise his hand.
Are you asking, Santoshji? Prabhuji,
He
उनका
can,
चालू unmute.
he can unmute, yes.
I can now. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have two questions. First, of course, I have put that on a chat box. Is how can we build a self confidence to a point where we feel happy for others when they excel, uh, rather than getting into a feeling of insecurity, which is predominantly happen to all of us being in human beings.
Right.
So, how to overcome that feeling? That's the first question. Second, of course, the point that you were just making of being tolerant. So how can we practice that in a relationship between husband and wife, where the point you were trying to make is that one person is speaking and other one is listening to an extent of 15-20 minutes, but then there will be a point where the other person will speak up, and that's where the entire fiasco will happen. So what should we practice and how should we negate that kind of situation so that the harmony in the relationship continues and builds stronger?
Very nice. Thank you very much. As far as relationship is concerned, I will answer your second question first, and then I'll go to the first one, since the topic is continuing. So as far as relationship is concerned, see, all these things can be handled when you give good time, when you invest in your relationship from the beginning. Nothing can be handled on the moment. Okay, now this is happening. How should I handle it all? If that question is coming, that means you have not invested enough in your relationship. So my suggestions to everyone is in general is that, whenever you start your relationship, start investing in the relationship. What is the meaning of investing in the relationship? Giving enough time, understanding the views, respecting the views, and all these things. It takes time. So when you build that kind of relationship, a very healthy relationship, and then when you come to this point where you're feeling, okay, there can be an argument or this and that, it can very easily be handled. Many things with a good relationship. So I feel, first of all, there should be a very good foundation in the relationship, which is generally missing. We don't invest in our relationship. You give a lot of time for other things. You give a lot of time for, family, other family members, or maybe, friends, social circle, business, this, that. But the main point where missing is initially we have not invested. And when these all things come, when already the relationships are strained a bit, and then all these challenges start coming, or not strained, I should say, they are not very good, very strong. May not be bad, I'm not saying strained, but then not very bonded relationship. So I feel, first of all, we should put in that. Second thing, in the husband-wife relationship, it should always be an open relationship. So if you keep your intentions clear, both, I'm not talking of one side, because you see that relation is not a one-sided one. That husband is trying his best and the wife is not putting efforts, things will not work. Or the wife is trying her best and the husband is not putting efforts, it will not work. So it's a two-way thing. So first thing is build a good foundation. If you have not done it till now, revisit your relationship. Again, think of it and then see where you're lacking. And okay, we can, it's like plugging the holes. So you have a water pipe and there's a lot of water, but it's all going outside. It's not going to where it should. So you need to plug the holes so the water goes exactly to the tap or wherever. So same way, if we plug the holes, then the relationship will flow smoothly. So first thing can be done that. Second thing, I said it should be an open relationship. So both sides, it should be there. Third thing, which I feel is lot of expectations are there in the relationships from both the sides. See, whenever I'm speaking, I'm not speaking from one side, not from your side, not from the. And these expectations, sometimes, you see, to have expectation in relation is not a wrong thing. Obviously, you have some relation that you will be having expect. But then expectation should be genuine. Expectation should not be too many expectation or too much expectation from the relationship. And even if expectations are there, they should be discussed and they should be, I think, clarified. You have an expectation, you don't clarify, and then you see and you want that, like for example, you want your wife to behave in such a way, but you haven't properly communicated to her. And then when she doesn't behave, then you feel, what is this? Why is she behaving like this? So I feel certain things needs to be worked on that level, which will definitely help. Now coming to your first question, that how can we build our self-confidence to the point where we can feel happy when seeing others excel and we don't feel insecure. Yes. So that was the same I was answering. It is true that we start feeling insecure if we don't understand that whatever is there for me is nobody can take it away. No thief can take away your karma. That's one thing we should be him. Okay, he's getting, I will work hard. If it's there in my karma, it will come. If it is not there, then anyway it was not to come. So it is good that somebody else has got it. Very nice. So I think not to feel insecure once we learn from it. Suppose you have seen somebody excelling, say for example, in same business. So then you should learn, okay, let me also see what he has done and then I'll try if it works for me. It may not work because you see every individual has a different thing, it doesn't work. Like in India, I've seen this is a wrong conception. If one person successes in IT, you'll see hundreds and thousands going into IT. So everyone wants to go in it. Or if some other field, everyone will go in that. In Surat, everyone is in textile. So anyway, that's a hub. So people will be in textile. Obviously, textile or diamond, two only things are there. But I'm just saying. So we need to learn and we need to understand that we have some uniqueness. So other success should not bring, it's not that I will not progress. It is not diminishing our own potential. So we should have faith in Krishna, faith in our own self, our own potential. Just go ahead. Thank you, Santoshi. Very nice question. We have Shailesh's hand up. Yes, Shailesh, do you wish to say something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
काफ़ी अच्छा लगा सुन के जब भी ये जेलसी की बारे में सुनते हैं कि we should focus on our own potential और rather than feeling hatred toward the other person. और जो आपने बताया कि we should make like appreciating other person as a practice. तो काफ़ी अच्छा लगा वो. मानसी को एक प्रभु जी क्वेश्चन था.
Yes, please.
पूछ लेती
बस तो पूछ रही ठीक है तो पूछ.
कैसे हो जाता ना कि like sometimes you tolerate people criticizing you or just passing a comment on you some or the other way. You don't say anything, you let it go. But कहीं पे ऐसा लगता है somewhere it stays with you sometimes, and even if you try, sometimes it becomes like a fear for you कि कहीं पे ना माइंड कंडीशन होने लग जाता है कि यार ये सही तो नहीं था मेरे बारे में. तो लाइक हाउ डू यू वर्क ऑन दैट, कि हाउ टू गेट रिड ऑफ दैट फीलिंग?
Yeah, I agree. This is true. And especially if it is a negative thing, which you may neglect at that time, but then after maybe a few months, you will think, or after a few weeks or after a few days, it comes back. So how to deal with that? As soon as you hear, instead of neglecting it completely, we should do two-way things. One is not to get affected by it. In a way, it's also called neglecting. The other is immediately start working on it. That if it is true, let me work. And then you may find many times that it's not true. And if that comes, then immediately the thought will go away. Even after months, you will not be disturbed by that. But if you don't work on it at that time, then the thought will remain. And there are many thoughts which go into our subconscious mind. May not be conscious mind, but subconscious mind. And it comes after a long time. Some same situation comes with some other person, and then you immediately, oh, maybe with me also. So best way is to work at that time itself without getting affected. Like suppose, for example, if someone comes and tells you, you don't have any tolerance, or you have too much of anger, you should control your anger. And now you think, where? I never get angry. What is this? So why is this person saying? So if you just say, forget it, he's told, I won't bother. But then after some time, it may come. So what to do? Immediately think, okay, this person has said that I get too angry and all. Do I really get angry at times? We are not able to control. Think, analyze honestly. Here the honesty will work. Honestly. And nobody can tell you. You see, maybe I'll feel, oh, Mansi, you're a very cool person. I've never seen you getting angry. But you know that you're not. You get angry. So work on it. And then immediately think, okay, yes, what this person said, that maybe not always, but sometimes I definitely am not able to control my anger. What can I do? So let me ask someone, let me work on it. If you do that for 10 days, 12 days, you may be disturbed, but after that, never. But if you don't work, it will definitely go on. So I think that's one thing where you can where you can work on, that immediately start doing that. And always such criticism or such comments or something should be taken in a very positive way. Maybe Krishna wants me to change. So he's using this person. It is not that this person is saying, maybe Krishna is telling me. So let me see to it what I can do about it. When you have, say, you may not have faith on the person, but you have faith on the Lord. And whomever you trust a lot, whatever he says, you take it serious. If you don't have a trust on the person, like, common persons, you don't bother because, who is he to tell me? But suppose Shailesh tells you something, you will be very serious about it. Why did Shailesh tell me this? Because you have a good relation, you trust him completely. So you start thinking that if he has told, there must be something. So similarly, we should know that Krishna is using this person and I trust Krishna fully. So if there is something, let me think about it and try to improve us. That will help. So this is like, rather than prolonging the things, immediately at that time only find the solution and finish it up. That's how it works.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
संचिता भी एक क्वेश्चन है.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा. आई थिंक मतलब मेरा टॉलरेंस तो काफी अच्छा है ऐसे. आई फील 91 स्कोर आ गया था ऐसे तो.
Oh, I'm going to discuss about the scores also. Yeah, just 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, tell me.
बट
91.
आई फील अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स आई एम टॉलरेटिंग एंड सामने वाला फायदा उठा रहा है क्योंकि मैं टॉलरेट कर रही हूँ तो आई एंड अप बीइंग अ पंचिंग बैग मे बी. तो एक पॉइंट में यू लाइक यार टॉलरेट कर रही हूँ तो कब तक टॉलरेट करने का. आई मीन व्हाट इज द.
If it is helping us in our life, when you're tolerating the person, and if it is helping it in a positive way, that tolerance, so that should just go on. Okay, fine. That's okay. Because it is helping me. It is not for my wrong things or something. But again, instead of again coming, I was telling the same thing, into this position, ki kab tak tolerate kare, because otherwise I'll become a punching bag and this something. We should start, learning from it. We should start changing ourselves rather than just tolerating it. You go on tolerating, then one day, even if you're too tolerant, 91 marks, but still, you'll burst out something. Because ultimately, we are all humans. We are not machines, na? That person keep doing something and we are okay, yeah, and nothing happens. It cannot happen like that. So that is why start learning. First of all, understand that if it is helping you, then continue. If anything that helps in your life, say we take so many troubles. You are raising 2 children. So you know how much trouble is there to raise children. It's not very easy. But you're taking all that trouble. Why? It's a trouble of happiness, you can say. Because it is your duty and you're getting, children are getting such nice culture, education, whatever. So you are giving your time in spite, maybe when they were very young or they were just kids or they were just born, then you had to take so much of trouble for them. But you went through all that. So similarly, don't tolerate, but think that if it is helping you really, if it is a really helpful thing, yes, do it. Second thing, I always feel, I mentioned also, that we should not allow anyone to disturb our life. We are, so when we get affected by that person's thing, then we are actually, to be very frank, handing over our life to him. Okay, you disturb me, you do whatever you want. No, we should be our thing. Let that person go. He should, it is between him and Krishna what he wants to do. I don't want to do anything. And at the same time, sometimes the prayers help a lot. So you should pray not for any other thing. Just keep me in good consciousness so that I can always, I don't trouble others as the person is troubling me. I remember in the beginning when I had just joined, there were some issues and I was told that seniors are like that and seniors are like that. And only thing that came to my mind was that let me not, like I was told that, okay, you know, this person is there in the moment for 20 years and he does this and he does that. So it was a really disturbing thing for me because I had just joined. I was a very new person. So for a new person to know that even those who are in 20 years, they have behaved like this, how will you tolerate all this? But the only thing that came to my mind was that, oh God, after 20 years, I should not be like that. Okay, I'm hearing that even after 20 years of devotion, they are behaving like this. Please give me strength that after 20 years, I should not behave like that. That's a lesson I learned from them. So like that, many things can be there. I feel it can help. But still, the base thing is don't just tolerate to be burst out at it. Change it, learn from it, or work on it. Something can be done. Right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Shailesh, it's too late for me. I have a morning, tomorrow morning I'm leaving for Ujjain. I have an early morning flight also. So is it okay if we take the questions later, maybe in the group or something? Tomorrow anyway, I'm traveling, so if you send the questions now, tomorrow in the flight, because nothing more to do, I'll answer, and when I'll come in the range, then you'll get your answers. So I can do that.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you. So happy. And I really was enjoying. See, this is what we will do when we will meet in Avada, in Govardhan Eco Village. And there will be no timing. Tomorrow I have to take a flight or something. I was discussing with Hitesh, and I was saying that the whole night is there. And anyway, I'm sure all of you don't sleep early. So we can just be at ease. We don't have to worry. We don't have to go anywhere. So it'll be a nice thing. I'm